Scott Spreitzer here. He's Doug Upstone. We are The Clash. No, we're DocSports.com. I get confused from time to time, Upstone. But Major League Baseball, the topic today, and we're looking at the weekend series between the Mets and the Rays in Tampa. Mets rocking and rolling right now, Doug. Winners of 7 straight going into Friday. Pitching has been tremendous. They allowed a grand total of 14 runs in those 7 games. Bullpen on the season, 5th lowest ERA in all of baseball. And Doug, your scheduled starters this weekend: Peterson, Lucchesi, Stroman for the Mets. Tampa going with Glasnow, McClanahan on Saturday, and Ryan Yarbrough on Sunday. Good news for Tampa. They don't have to face Taijuan Walker. He's not scheduled to go until after this series. And, of course, Jacob deGrom on that 10-day DL. I got to ask you, are you a believer in the Mets, or are you looking at Tampa to snap this red-hot run?
Well, there's a couple of situations that I'll look at about this series. For right now, Tampa Bay, boy, they are struggling to score runs, especially at home. So far, now this is going, as we do this video, they're playing the Yankees tonight. So getting the 2 teams from the cement jungle may or may not work to their advantage. It hasn't so far, that's for sure. They're averaging 2.8 runs per game, Scott. I know that the Trop is a pitcher's park, but if you can't score 3 runs a game, I don't know. That's good. You're going to struggle, and you're going to struggle big time. So, I'm looking at that. The Mets, like you said, the 7-game winning streak, they're playing extremely well. Am I buying into it that they're this good? Yeah, I think essentially they are. And, even though they received a lot of criticism for firing their hitting coach, well, guess what? In the 7-game winning streak, they're averaging 4.8 runs, which is more than a run higher than what they were averaging before. Okay, so I guess you have to say it's working. Whether it has anything to do with a substitute hitting coach or not, I don't know. But they're certainly getting the job done. As you mentioned, their pitching has been lights out across the board. Relief pitching. What concerns me, though, is something that you said, which is the starting pitchers, Peterson and Lucchesi, the first 2 games. Okay, these are not. This is the back of the rotation guys. Glasnow certainly, well, he is the favorite in the Friday game. I think the middle game is kind of going to be the deciding element in this one. You mentioned Shane McClanahan. I just think with the Mets offense a little stronger. I think with their bullpen definitely stronger. Tampa Bay bullpen uncharacteristically not doing as well. I think I'm going to lean with the Mets here to take the series, even though I expect Tampa Bay to win the final game. I think the middle game is going to be the decider. What's your thoughts, Scott?
Yeah. Well, I think David Peterson's numbers, by the way, and he is a back of the rotation guy for them, but I think his numbers are going to improve a little bit as the season progresses. He's got 16 punch outs in 12 2/3 on the road. That's pretty impressive. But his ERA is north of 7. But he does have an xFIP, an xFIP of 313 this season. So I think he's due for some decent luck instead of bad luck, due for some better numbers. You mentioned Tampa Bay's not scoring runs, so maybe this will jumpstart him a little bit to improve that ERA. 3 of his last 5 starts have been decent. Tampa Bay near the bottom of the league at home against Southpaws when it comes to WOBA, weighted runs created plus. And then Tyler Glasnow, who's going on Friday. You're talking about 56 punch outs in less than 38 innings pitched. I like the under here, and I think I got to go first 5 innings, even though we've seen a decent bullpen as far as the Mets are concerned. I just tend to take bad managerial decisions out of the equation and bullpen situations out of the equation and play first 5. And I'm leaning that way because I think Peterson, his numbers on the surface look bad enough to where this first 5 innings total is not going to be ridiculously low. And so that's kind of where I'm going here. I agree with you as far as the series is concerned, but on Friday, looking at a first 5 innings under, Doug.
Yeah, and what I'd like to add then, something you just said with the WOBA numbers and stuff. That's something I know that that you firmly believe in, and I believe it was 2 weeks ago, maybe it's been 3 now. For anybody that was paying attention back then, Scott had said that Kansas City was playing great, okay, and that they were due for a collapse. Well, how about an 11-game losing streak? How's that for a collapse? So I think that's kind of getting it done.
I wish I would have started betting against them when it first started and just rolled that money over 11 times. We'd be having a Mai Tai right now in Tahiti on a white sand beach somewhere, brother. But anyway, thanks for mentioning that. But yeah, okay, so that's our thoughts on Tampa Bay in on the New York Mets for this weekend. Also, you see that banner up above. It says get a free $60 account at DocSports.com. All you got to do is click on the link below this video. Get yourself set up for that free $60 account. You can then use free $60 on any of Doug Upstone's daily packages, any of mine, anybody else on the roster at DocSports.com. Can't beat that with a stick. He's Doug Upstone. I'm Scott Spreitzer. We are DocSports.com. Let's put him in the win column.